Whether you fish just for fun or in weekend fishing tournaments, anglers all face the same task: find and catch bass in a limited amount of time. That's what Top Secret Fishing Techniques is all about. We not only teach anglers the where, why, and how to locate and catch bass fast, but we will show you how a seasoned professional angler analyzes the surrounding conditions and how he puts his knowledge to use to locate and catch more fish. See how to use time-tested techniques to predict the locations of bass on any body of water. This is no-holds-barred bass fishing. There are no staged scenes, stunt fish, or creative edits. You will see the exact lures used and how our professional angler comes to the conclusion to which baits are used to catch the fish. Any tricks or lure modifications he uses are out in the open and explained for all to see. Sit back and see how it's done just as it happens on the water. Before we start fishing, let's take a look at the tackle Steve will be using today.
You know, when I first found out that I was coming to Candlewood Lake, one lure instantly was on my mind. It's a great tool for fishermen, but a lot of people use it as a crutch and they use it improperly. The lure I'm talking about is the Senko. Lots of fish are caught on a Senko. Even if you fish a Senko wrong, you're going to catch fish on it. But let me show you a few things that I do to make me more successful with the Senko. The first way a Senko is generally rigged is wacky style. Now, as you can see, it's hooked in about the center, but it's hooked in properly. If you notice, the Senko is hanging up and down. What you need to do is you need to take the Senko and hook it back just behind the collar that's on the worm, and it'll hang properly. That's the first important thing. The other thing that I do that's different than what a lot of other people do is you can see this is the same hook that you would Texas rig the Senko on. What I do is I substitute this hook for a short shank finesse hook. Now, I'm using a red one just because I want you to see it. If you notice, the hook shank is very short compared to a regular worm hook. Now, this one's red, and this is just for you to see it. I use the same size, which is a size 3/0, but in a black hook most of the time. Now, what that does is it gives you a much more stealthier presentation than having a great big worm hook sticking out of it. The second thing I'm going to show you is the other way it's fished. Now, a lot of people don't fish a Senko in a Texas rig in thicker cover. This is just your typical Texas rig, a nice 2/0 hook. Now, you could take this same Senko. Now, I fished it at Candlewood here. I fished it on 8-pound green monofilament line. You can fish it on heavier line if you want to in cover. What I'm doing is, with this Texas rig and with the light line, I keep this hook completely exposed so that when I set the hook, I don't need to drive the hook through any plastic. But when I'm fishing in cover, I'll take it and I'll just skin hook it so the point is inside the worm. I only do that when I'm fishing cover. Otherwise, I'm completely exposed on the hook. Now, you might ask me what kind of colors I like in a Senko. My two favorite colors for fishing cleaner water are watermelon with a chartreuse tail or green pumpkin. And that's a Senko. We just made another move. Now we're going to try a spot that from the map I believe has some grass and rocks and deep water.
Steve's next destination was a steep bank that turned out to have some chunk rock and some grass and 13 feet of water, along with a few scattered docks. Knowing that the spawn is over and that our bass today have been caught in between 9 and 13 feet of water and around docks with grass, Steve knew that using slower moving baits like a drop shot rig or a shaky head worm would likely trigger more strikes.
This really looks like a nothing bank we're coming up on here, but when I was doing my research, looking at navionics charts and stuff like that, this bank is very deep. It's got a very steep drop off. Should be great for either a post-spawn largemouth or even some smallmouths. I'm going to grab my drop shot and we're going to get started. I'm going to pick up my drop shot rod. I've got my boat sitting in 13 feet of water. I'm relatively close to the bank. Got a little watermelon with red flake zoom Z-drop worm on there. And I'm just going to toss it out. I'm going to work it real slow. And we're going to do that down this whole bank. Wait, yep, got a bite. There he is. Largemouth, nice largemouth. Oh, take and drag. Man, he's fighting. I have to get down for this one. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh, not in the motor. Come on. Come here. Come on. Got him. Look at that one. Deep water on the drop shot. Steep bank. Came in here. Got him on the very first cast. Let me get him unhooked. Nice fish. Really nice fish. Well, we're going to get him back and we're going to get a few more. Here she goes.